Alright, what's up? I am back again. Uh, and it's kind of unfortunate, really. I was actually going to stream from maybe like 6 in the evening to 8 in the evening, but unfortunately, some stuff came up, so I wasn't actually able to do my stream when I had originally intended. Well, here's my stream now. And I'll probably do kind of unfortunate, really. I did want to do the stream earlier, but maybe I can try to get one going very briefly tomorrow. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, the oh, let me turn on the timer here. The Slashdiablo ladder reset for this summer, 2025, is upon us, and well, I am well. I'm just getting ready for it. Or I'm just waiting for it, really. So I'm doing this stream here, and I did yesterday's stream because I was trying to, as weird as this sounds, promote awareness that that there's going to be a ladder reset coming up. But I think at the end of the day, the only way to really get people's attention on it is when the event actually occurs. Yeah, they didn't actually roll out the Reddit announcement until quite late, and like the /admins, and I think they gave like 2 weeks notice on this reset, so I don't know, maybe it caught people off guard or something. I definitely don't see nearly as much activity as I have in past seasons. Like, I know that it's summer and all, but still, this feels a lot feels like it's a lot fewer people than usual. So a couple things here. With regards to the Slashdiablo ladder reset that's taking place tomorrow, I'm going to show this real quick. So, there we go. So, I actually rolled out the post, Last Minute Heroes Reset Team Unites. And I'm going to have to reply to people a little later. But it doesn't look like there's anyone actually down to join it. Aside from Max, I have one taker. And I messaged Seth, aka Green Cable, but he hasn't replied either, so I don't know if I'm actually going to have anyone to roll with. Which means that I actually have... I might have to come up with some sort of contingency plan. Well, yeah. Contingency plan as in... I may have to either run solo. Well, I mean, Max said that he's down, so I'm going to join Max, but... the other alternative is that I run it solo. And another possibility is that I actually just play, like, I open up pub rooms, like, straight up, I just create a game, and then let people join, and then we just run it together. And I just noticed that, wow, there's no 99s this season either. Wow. Except for on hardcore, I guess, but, yeah, kind of unusual. Anyway. Yeah, so that's that. Now, the next thing I wanted to kind of discuss was... Well, I'll talk more about that later, this going at it alone, because there's some things that might kind of complicate the issue a little bit, but I'll talk about that in a bit. So the other one was this. I believe it's time for me to make my Enigma. I'd like to do it. I mean, this is one of those rare seasons where I have the means to do so. Now, granted, I did get the Jaw Rune for free from Spirit Dad, but I'll take it just this one time because I had like equivalent amounts of wealth anyway. Like, I was sitting on Vex, so this by itself was like 4.5. If it wasn't already on if it wasn't already at Jaw Rune, it would have been very close. Hey, Junior Tech, what's up, man? Great to have you here today. How are you doing? Hope you're having a great day. And yeah, I'm just trying to inform people that there is the Slashdiablo ladder reset coming up in not even 24 hours, actually. 20 hours. So there's 20 hours from now. It's 7 p.m. Eastern on July the 18th. There is going to be a ladder reset for Slashdiablo. So just wanted to get the word out there. How are you doing, Junior? It's good to see you, and yeah, hope things are well with you here. And in the meantime, I'm just trying to see if... Where's my sockets mule? Ah, here it is. Although I think I might have been a little late on making this enigma. Shark tooth armor, right? I could do breastplate enigma. But yeah, maybe I will do shark tooth armor enigma. Might as well do something a little different for a change. I can always make one in like a BP or one of the other options, but I held on to the shark tooth armor just for this, I think. Oh, but of course I do need to convert my lows and sirs into the correct runes, or correct rune in this case, that being Burrune. So I need 2 lows and a flawless topaz. I believe I should have a flawless topaz. Or maybe not. I guess I may have splurged all of them already. Wow. I might actually be short on gems. Never thought I'd see the day. But yeah, are you planning to take part in the Slash reset soon, Junior Tech? Or nah? Flawless Sapphire. Yeah, I'm really lacking on gems. This is so unusual. Why don't I have any gems whatsoever? This is really strange. I am not used to this. Well, either way, 2 Sir runes. Okay, 2 Sirs and a flawless amethyst. I have that at least. Yeah, so now I really just need a flawless topaz. That's it. I can go get myself a flawless topaz. That should not be too difficult at all. I just need to run some... Yeah, this is crazy. How do I not have a flawless topaz? This is really bugging me now. I've never been in a situation where I have no... Like, and it's not just flawless topazes either. I don't have, like, flawless... I don't have, like, flawless emerald or anything else. Like, I don't even remember the last time I played, like, what happened there, but... Anyway. Alright. Amarin. You're stuck with PD2. It's all good. I mean, you enjoy what you enjoy. You said stuck on, you said stuck with PD2. Like, I mean, you're not forced to play it. I mean, you could always hop on Slash for like a weekend and then switch right back over. JK. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't know how many people are aware that there's a reset taking place. I kind of, if I had like more time during the day, it would have been nice to kind of inform people, but that there is a reset. But yeah, I just didn't. So like this was the earliest I could start the stream this time around. And there it is, flawless sapphire. Not quite what I'm looking for. It's the storage space fault though. Oh, you mean for Slash? I mean, sure. I guess so. If that's a problem, it's for you. It's a problem for you. For me, I've always... I mean, for me, I can always just make, like, unlimited mules and have pseudo-infinite stash space, right? So it's really... It's never really been a problem for me, but I'm not going to pretend like that for other people... I mean, if you don't, if it's that much of a bother for you, it is that much of a bother for you. I mean, you've seen me play before, and you know that I just like to, if I have some... Oh, there you go, flawless topaz, 2 of them. Wow, I went a lot quicker than expected. Anyway, yeah. Usually, if I'm like looking for, if I'm looking for more stash space, I'll just make more mules or more accounts, depending on how quickly I fill up, right? Lucky. Yeah, no, that was good. I mean, I expected to get flawless gems for sure. I just didn't expect that the flawless gems that I got would be the very ones that I was looking for. So that is very lucky. Okay, anyway, I don't think I've ever actually had to do this before. Usually I break people's runes, but it being so late into the season and with the new season right upon us, I do feel like this would be the right time to, well, it would be a good time to try and finish what I started. Oh, yeah, right, it's this one that I need to cube up. There we go. 2 lows into a sir, 2 sirs into a burr. And now I have jaw, something, and burr. Now let me go get if. And then I think I can make it. An enigma. Then I can have a little bit of fun with it before the new season begins. So I'm actually kind of excited for that. Rip the this druid. I actually put a lot of time into this druid. I didn't just abandon it like a day or two into the reset, or like a week or two into the reset. I did spend quite a bit of time with it. Okay, here we go. Sharktooth armor. Check this out, Junior Tech. You're the only one to bear witness to the one, the only Sharktooth armor enigma. Jaw, if. Burr, I'm gonna guess 770 or 767. 758. Ah. Okay, well, there it is then. So now I have this Sharktooth armor enigma. Sweet. And that means that after I replace this real quick, I can actually, or repair this, I mean, I can toss this right out and get ready to... Nice, yeah, this is amazing. And yes, I did indeed put it into a Sharktooth armor for style points. Look how armored up my guy looks. Anyway, the server's going to restart in a second, so I'm going to hold off for a moment before I do anything crazy. But I would like to throw on... Well, I didn't quite... I was talking about this before. I think it would make more sense when... Here, hold on a second. So on Switch, right, I have nothing right now. I do have this, Stormlash, right? I could run Stormlash, I could run Plague, I could like run around, get hit by monsters, and then eventually Plague's lower res would go off, and then I would proceed to start, wait for Conviction to hit them, and then I'd hit them with Earth Shifter Fissure, you know? Or I could have done Stormlash, or Rift. This is what I showed in single player yesterday, but I don't think you were there for that. I actually don't even remember if you know how my Fissure Druid worked. I'll do a demonstration now that I have Enigma once the server restarts. But so yeah, the last time I played, I was basically right at Enigma, and I was telling people that you just bought a new monitor. Oh wow, congratulations. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, so what was I saying here? So the thing is, you're very happy. I see, I see. Yeah, you and me both. I mean, I'm happy, but not because I bought a new monitor. I think you're probably happier than I am. Anyway. Alright, give me a moment. I'm just waiting for the server to restart, and then I'd like to show you kind of what I have cooked up. So, alright, now I can actually run the pit, and yeah, like I said, show what I got cooked up. So, yeah, just to give a little bit of context on what I was originally playing, I was playing the Earth Shift, the All Druid. That was what I titled this guy. It was the All Druid. So the reason why I called him the All Druid is because he had everything. I could actually summon wolves with an Oak Sage, and then I also could be hitting things with Fissure, or with Fury, I mean. And then each of my Fury hits would also cause a Fissure to spawn. That was the whole idea of the build. And hold on a second. And then, if I really wanted to take it one step further, I could do some like really weird stuff. with swap. There we go. See, the fissure killed them all outright. I could have done some really weird things with swap casting shenanigans. So, for example, let me just see if I can. I'm trying to remember how this all goes. So you is Feral Rage. That's fine. Fury is this one, right? Okay, there we go. Did I get it right? I might have missed it, but the idea was supposed to be that I can adjust the animation for fissure so that it's not fissure, but like, let's say hunger instead, which is a faster animation, right? So, yeah, there we go. I think I got it. Yeah, so instead of using the slow attack speed of fissure, I'm actually using the much faster attack animation of hunger instead. So that was how this build worked. I don't know if you were around for... You were here when I was playing this character earlier this season, right? Junior Tech, you were here. I remember. But yeah, I'm just trying to show, like, this is how the build originally was while I didn't have Enigma. Now that I have Enigma, though, I can still play this build just fine, but I can also make some adjustments, right? Because now I have like an entire... I don't have to have my Switch tied to Nagistaff anymore. So I can do whatever I want with my Switch. So there's like a lot... Yes, you were at the star. Yes, you were here at the beginning. That sounds about right. So now, let's say, now that I don't have Enigma, or now that I have Enigma and I no longer am using Nagistaff, I can teleport around, first of all, and then when I actually begin the run, right, I treat the run as I normally do. Wait, where are all the Fallens? That's so bizarre. Yeah, well, I can still kill these guys, no problem. That's still all nice and peachy. But once I come across the Fallen, that's where I have to switch out for my other weapon. That was what I was going to show, but I never got around to it this season. Okay, here we go. Here's a good example. Two good examples. Okay, so I switch over here, and now I can actually hit them with my Stormlash. Yeah, instead of having to hit them with my Earthshifter. Earthshifter would still kill them with the raw physical damage. But the whole point of my on-switch was supposed to be that I could actually attach something else, a different element of some kind. So I was actually going to put on, and I'm going to switch over to single player now so that I can actually show, like, I don't have 2 Jaw runes to make Double Dream, but I do have a single player character I can demo this on. Okay. So, yeah, this is my hero edited character. What I did on my hero edited character was I ran Rift, and then I also ran Double Dream. So the way this build works is that my main hand, I'm hitting stuff with Earthshifter, and then if I come across monsters that are like fire immune, then I can switch over to my offhand and start hitting stuff with Tornado and, well, with Frozen Orbs from Rift, and then I could actually hit them with Holy Shock from Double Dream. So if I put this all together... okay, hold on a second. Let me actually get... Oh, I didn't mean to pop the Hurricane, but oh well, whatever. So there's like any number of ways I could make this all Druid work, to be honest. Like, I could have put more points into Hurricane, I could have taken out Summons completely. The world really was my oyster. That's one of the reasons I really enjoyed this build when I was testing it in Hero Editor, and in fact, makes me want to like revisit it in the future. Oh. Hold on a second, I need to actually hit stuff. There we go. Yeah, here we go. We got the first pack down, nice and easy. But now, I move on to the next pack, and these guys are fire immune. Now, I could actually take them out still with just standard hits. Hurry is good for CC. It is. It's very good for CC. But the problem is I only have a limited number of skill points. Now, like, it's kind of a given for this build that if I'm going to be maxing out if I'm pumping up Earth Shifter, then I would max out Firestorm and Volcano. Right? But then that's only 40 points. Then I could max out Hurricane, and then I could max out Cyclone Armor and Tornado if I wanted to. Yeah, I could do that. And by doing this, if I were to do this, then my Hurricane would be it would be a little weaker than a standard Hurricane, but it would still be like max duration. Or I could max out Hurricane, Twister, and Tornado, and only activate Hurricane. Like, I'd have to switch myself out of Werewolf form, but only activate Hurricane when I come across a pack that's actually fire immune. That way I have fire AoE damage from Fissure and cold AoE damage from Hurricane. That's another option. Right? Or if I just, like I said before, if I just max out Cyclone Armor, then I could just put Hurricane on myself for like a full minute and use it to complement my already sizable damage. Then there's the issue of summons, right? Like if I did max out Hurricane, Cyclone, or like if I tried to max out Hurricane and 2 of its synergies, then that means I wouldn't be able to put points into my summons as much. Meaning that I wouldn't be able to get the most amount of damage on Grizzly, for example. So there's really a couple different ways I could kind of shift the, I guess, the focus and strengths of my build from one side to the other. But more than that, too. Again, like, yeah, here's some fire immune packs, whatever. Also, that's another cool thing, too. Dream also comes with a chance to cast Confusion, which is helpful. Now, I also have Dual Dream, right? So with Dual Dream, the Holy Shock Aura itself doesn't do very much, but it adds a very substantial amount of damage to my hits. So now if I were to even go back to Arcane, perhaps. Let me try Arcane real quick. Seriously, what's up with these bots that have been just coming up all over the place? Okay, there you go. Alright, back to Arcane then. So, I can actually show this. I'm just looking for some ghosts. There has to be ghosts somewhere. Here we go. So they're normally fire immune, right? Well, never fear. I can switch over to my offhand, and then I can immediately kill them. And that's because... Oh, no, sorry, this is the wrong hand. I already have Rift, and I have Dream, so I can just whack them. And I'm doing both cold and fire damage. So there was like... And actually even magic damage, so there was like... I don't know. It's such a cool build. I didn't get to explore that second half of it, but I wasn't actually quite done. The fact that I... Like, once I got Infinity and Earthshifter, that was like half the build, right? I'm not going to deny that. But to say that I was like finished with the build for good was not entirely accurate, because there was still a lot I could do with this. It turns out. Like, it's not just... Yeah, I wasn't quite at the point where, you know, there's like no other way to improve this character anymore. And then there's one more thing I'd like to try. I'm actually kind of curious to see how well I'd fare against Andariel. Here we go. Andy, let's go. The teleport's always slow, but we'll get there. Okay, and I switch over here. There we go. They are... Oh, shoot. This is the wrong... There you go. And I'm just waiting for the fissures to kill her. There we go. That's all fissure. It's all the fissures doing their work here. And then now all these guys are immune to fire, but that's okay, because I can just use my Rift. Okay, well, Rift didn't trigger as much as I wanted it to. That's the other reason why I didn't like running Rift. And if monsters, like, walk away, then we have a bit of a problem on our hands. So, yeah, it was good. Yeah, a lot of stuff to show here, but that's how my character was supposed to turn out. Now, there is... Oh, hold on. Alright, I think I'm done there. Okay, so I'm going to redo this run one more time, and then I'm going to do pits, and I wanted to actually show... Oh, hold on a second. Alright, there we go. So, yeah, I'm going to get ready to swing at these. Yeah, and Hurricane is such a cool idea too, like having Fissure Cane build. Like cast Fissure, or be able to like hit things with Fissure on one side and then hit them with Hurricane on the other. So like here, I can activate Hurricane, and then I can go here into, okay, it's not letting me go into werewolf form, but if it just lets me go into werewolf form, that'd be good. So now, all these guys are immune to... They're immune to my Hurricane, but I can still do this. It's just kind of unfortunate that I can't actually cast or recast Hurricane while I'm in werewolf form, because there's a bit of a delay from when I enter werewolf form and when I can actually cast stuff. So here we go, with this setup, with Hurricane. This is like a kind of a cheated in Hurricane, though. It's not supposed to have this many points. I could have had Best of Both Worlds, where I had the cold damage from Hurricane to kill all these cold immunes, and then I could have had the AoE from Fissure to kill all the fire, sorry, I use Hurricane to kill all the fire immunes, and then I would use Fissure to kill all the cold immunes, right? Ah. So yeah, that's how the build works. Quite proud to... Hey, what's up, fatty? Poggers, what's up? Nothing much. I'm just in the middle of... this is, I guess... I wouldn't even call it the epilogue, but this is kind of the ending of my... Hey, look, a white Thundermaul. So, you might recall, earlier that, like, for this season, I made the, Earth Shifter Druid, right? Yeah, it was the Earth-Shifting All Druid, where it did like a little bit of everything. And I made it to the point where I had Infinity and this Earth-Shifter Thundermaul, but I think there were a number of people who were under the impression that I was completely done, that there was nowhere to really go for this build, because once I made it to Enigma... This is on single player, by the way. I'm showing this off because I'm trying to show like what else I could have done on this character that could have been really cool. Yeah, Earthshifter Poggers, yeah. So, yeah, I get the chance to tour you through all this if you want to stay a while and listen. So, yeah. So, I mean, the character that I had on BNet, right? Or not on BNet. The character that I had on Slashdiablo had the Earthshifter, and all it was really capable of doing was like, oh yeah, I'll summon, well, here, hold on a second, let me try wolves. Yeah, I would be able to summon like 3 dire wolves, I'd have my Oak Sage out, and then I would go into werewolf form and I'd start hitting stuff, and then fissures would come out, right? And then I'd also have a way to swap cast Fury. But if I got rid of the whole swap casting gimmick, then what I could do is I could actually open up the build in a number of different ways, right? And if I got rid of all that summoning stuff that I was trying to, get in on. So, so because I only needed 40 points for Fissure's synergies, I could actually max out Hurricane and 2 of Hurricane synergies if I really wanted to. So I could have done like max Cyclone Armor to, get the duration, and then get like max out Tornado to do all the damage, or I could have maxed out Twister and NATO to get max damage, but the duration's pretty short. So what that would mean is that, oh hey look, there's a fire immune pack, I can activate Hurricane here, and I can kill them, and then when Werewolf is back, and I see monsters that are immune to cold, I would switch on over to my Werewolf form and I'd go hit them, right? Like, I don't know. It sounds so ridiculous because no one else really plays like this, but I don't know. This was like a build that I was actually so proud of. It's actually one of the builds that I am most proud of in the game. But I gotta be honest with you, Fatty. If ever you thought this season's... they're actually killing... Oh, no, never mind. I got it. See, this is exactly what I was talking about. There's like a pack of monsters that are cold and fire immune. Some of them are cold immune, some of them are fire immune. That's okay. I have Hurricane up. The Hurricane deals with the fire immune monsters, and then my fissures, once I get a few of them up, kill all of the all the cold immune monsters, right? That was the idea behind it. So that was the first half of how this build played, and then the second half of how the build would have played is this. How are you doing, by the way, Fatty? Sorry, I've been talking nonstop. I was just excited to show how my character, how this build was supposed to end off at, but yeah, I haven't talked to you in a while. Hope you've been well. And I've been meaning to tell you, I'm gonna probably post this on your on your response to my post on the Slash subreddit. I actually have something cooking for this season. Like, oh, you're gonna love this one. This is gonna be something. Okay, so yeah, you're not gonna want to miss out on this. What I have cooked up for this season. Oh, it's gonna be great. Or this upcoming season, I mean, the next one. Because honestly, yeah, this Fissure Druid is cool, but I am also going to be showing something else that's going to be super cool next season too. Maybe not as unique as this, but still a lot of fun, I think. You're doing pretty well. You're just excited to see my build reveal tomorrow? Oh, you have no idea. It's going to be something. Yeah. Tomorrow... Well, actually, you may have to wait a little bit, though, because my build, it's kind of like this season, how I needed a unique, right, Earth Shifter. Tomorrow, I will be playing my, I think I showed, well, I mean, I already put on the Slashdiablo subreddit post that I'm going to be playing a Barbarian. But the thing is, this Barbarian build that I came up with is so absurd, it's so ridiculous, and so far out there that I don't think that, even if I were to give people 3 guesses each, I don't think anyone would figure out what I have in mind for this build. I mean, without any additional context. If I just said, hey, yeah, this is my Barb, then I'm sure there would be a lot of people who could, like... Oh, man, it is kind of a shame that I'm playing that particular build for this season, though. Because I don't know if there's going to be too many people playing. It seems like it's going to be a very quiet season. Yeah, from what I can tell. But I'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind last second or something. I've never done that before. Usually when the season comes out, I'm like locked in. But anyway. So Fatty, let me show you one other thing, right? So I have Earth Shifter, you can see here, but on my Switch, right? So this is what I was going to do. Like the reason... like my build was Earthshifter and Infinity, but I was actually working towards Enigma. I don't know if you recall. Last time, I was actually very close to Enigma. I'd actually just gotten all the runes for it. And then I think even Ko was asking me, hey, D2, what are you going to do now? Like, your build is done. Or you're probably done for the season, aren't you? Because... you got your Enigma, so that's it. Like, I can't... Like, probably you're just going to get CTA and call it a day. And no, actually, I wasn't going to do CTA. Does it use 1 point in item find, or that's even without item find? I will be getting item find. 1 point find item is kind of a staple for a Barb. Same thing with BO. I think it's safe to say that, yeah, I will be picking these up, of course. I'm not going to play a BO-less Barb. Playing Barb without BO is like... I don't know, it's like trying to take a shower without water or something. Does it use 1 point if that's even without... No, so I will be getting item find. Like, I guess some people could argue that find item might be useless for some kind of, like, PvP barbarian, but I'm not trying to make a PvP barbarian. Anyway, let me just finish what I was talking about here. So, my build was previously Earthshifter with Delirium and then with Smoke, right? But what I actually did want to do, and this is why I didn't finish my build last season, it was just going to be too damn expensive. So after I got Enigma, the next thing I would have gone for was Double Dream. So that's that's the other reason why I held on to Spirit Dad's Jaw Rune. I was actually going to use it for Dream, not for Enigma. I was actually going to trade the runes for Enigma, and then I was going to try to go for Dream because this was going to be a bit of a stretch goal. And I already had, okay, this is basically supposed to be a hero editor Rift rune word. I had already had the runes necessary to make a rift, right? Like, I had enough wealth for that. And I had a jaw rune, so I really just needed one more jaw, and then I would have had double dream. So the way this druid works, I call it the all druid, right? So the way the build was actually supposed to work is typically against non-fire immunes, I would hit them with Fury, so that Fissure would deal with them. But in the event that I came across some sort of some pack of fire immunes, I would actually switch over to dual dream instead. So like this, and then also with Rift rune word, and then I would actually hit them with this. Yeah, you see, they're all getting one-shotted because Double Dream is actually giving me like so much damage. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, each of these hits aren't even doing physical damage anymore. It would have been doing lightning damage. And of course, if they're fire, or if they're fire immune, that means they're not lightning immune, right? And that means that Conviction would put them to like really low values for lightning resistance. And oh, look at that. Also, the other thing about Double Dream is that I have a chance to apply Confusion on striking, which also gives me another, like an extra source of survivability. And also allows me to, like, if I were running cows, then I would be able to lure more cows, like, it would actually aggro more cows. So, that's so cool. I know, right? I know, right? I mean, I don't know if you're just saying that to make me feel better, but that's the idea. That was supposed to be how the build worked. It was, I called it the All Druid initially because I had, you know, I had Fissure, right? I had Fissure, so I had some stuff from the Elemental Tree, and then I turned into a Werewolf, so I had some stuff from Shapeshifting, and then I also had Dire Wolves, but the actual final setup for this build was going to go beyond that, and it would have also not only had all of the trees, it would have also had almost all of the elements. So I would have had Rift for cold damage, I would have had Double Dream for lightning damage, of course I already have physical and fire damage, and that would have just left magic. Well, I guess this also has magic damage, very loosely. And then I also had like a bunch of poison small charms, although these are really just for decoration. So I could actually call this the final form of the build would have been the Rainbow Druid. That's how it was supposed to be. It was such a silly and ridiculous name, but it was going to be the Rainbow Druid that had every element, that had every tree every druid tree, I mean. So, there you go. That you're the you and I don't know if Junior Tech is still, I think he is, are the only ones to bear witness to what would have been the final form of this build. I always used to say, this isn't even the build's final form yet. Well, yeah, now you see the build's final form. Yeah, so that's how it works. That's how this build works. Okay. Yeah, I can use my Earth Shifter to hit all these monsters. Oh, look at that. There's some fire immunes that are a little tankier to deal with. That's okay. I can hit them using Holy Shock and Rift. And then for these other, these monsters, I hit them with... Well, you got the idea. It's kind of like... oh, there you go. This build rocks! Thank you, Fatty. I appreciate that a lot. I do kind of wish Ko were here to see this, though, because, yeah, he would have gotten a kick out of this. This would have been... This is honestly the peak of my D2 theory crafting. I don't know if I will ever come up with a build this unique or creative, honestly. And I'm not saying that just to, like, toot my own horn, but, like, I legit don't think I've ever made a build... Like, I think the last time I made a build this bizarre was the Swapcast Telly Boazon. But even then, like, the main thing that was, like, cool about the Swapcast Telly Boazon was the Swapcast... gimmick, I guess. But this is like, this is an actual, like, unique build that you will never see anywhere else aside from this season under my control, right? Like, look at this. Look how quickly these Venom Lords die. I know that obviously in comparison to, like, if I were to play like a Lightning Sork, like, a Lightning Sork would have been done here. Nova Baller would have cleared this. Poison Necro would be done 10 times over by now. But that's not the point, right? Like, the point of this is to show something cool and unique and, in a way, a little ridiculous, so... yeah, you get the idea. Yeah, it is a little difficult to juggle all the different, different things that I would have had to keep track of here, but, yeah. Okay, hold on a second. These guys are actually, immunes. And, I mean, at this point, it's not feasible for me to keep like, going back to swap casting, but yeah, that's the gist of it. And then again, if I really want to take it even one step further, what I also could have done is, yeah, I could activate my Hurricane, with, like, this is like a Hurricane with, a little under 1900 damage, right? But keep in mind that I have a bunch of, like, summoning skillers here. If I actually went all Ellie skillers, I could have actually hit like a 2.5 to 3k hurricane somewhere in that range, and then I could have run around with like, well, I guess this is, to be fair though, I'm kind of like cheating on this because I have more skill points than I should actually have on this, but you get the idea. There was a lot of really bizarre interactions that would have worked together really nicely. That was the gist of it. And it could certainly hold its own anywhere doing anything really, except for like higher player counts. It'd probably take forever. But yeah, having said that, next season, oh yeah, next season I'm cooking. I have something. I have something that you're not gonna want to miss, Fatty. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be so out there, and like where I'm gonna be farming to is like probably the last place you would expect me to ever farm. So there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff coming up for next season, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna be something. You're not gonna want to miss it, or at least just check in from time to time on what I'm up to, because it is, oh, it is gonna be spicy. Anyway, so that's kind of me showing off my build. I gotta go run a bale, or do a bale run real quick too after this, just to show the, I guess, final outcome of this build. Oh, yeah, I mean, my resistances are... I need more tanks. Ah, there you go, they got confused now. Yeah. See, here's a nice group of fire immune monsters that I can actually take down using Holy Shock and Feral Rage. Now that's a combo you might not have seen anywhere else. Quite a bizarre one. Alright, and then I'm gonna pop this last seal. Oh, what the? Somebody's still alive. I'm guessing it might be one of the... It might be one of the seals. Hey, what's up, Knives? Yo. Yo to you too. Yeah, just playing some Slashdiablo private server, and it's been a while. Yeah, it has been. How have you been? Hope you've been alright, and... oh, there you go. Here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. So this guy's fire lightning immune. Well, not for long. I've got Rift rune words, so take that. Or was that my Merc that did that? I'm not entirely sure. Well, either way. You've been good playing PD2 for now. Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm not too surprised. I think that's been the case for you and other people. Haven't looked into Slashdiablo. I forgot. Sorry. No, that's okay. I mean, no, you don't need to apologize to me. The game is here for your enjoyment. You're the one who's... Whoa! Look at that damage. If I could get my Rift up. Just waiting for... okay. Let me try with Fissure now. Oh! Yeah, he goes down fast. I actually just noticed that I was using a regular attack this whole time. Huh. That's a little awkward, but... Ah, there you go. So that was my clear of chaos. Now I'm gonna try to see how my Bale runs would look. Yeah, okay, hold on a second. Hold on. Knives, you said I have lots of health. No, this is a hero edited character. Just so we're clear here, my like so like this is a hero edited character because no, hear me out. So on Slashdiablo, right? I have my druid, but I only made it as far as Enigma, and I didn't actually manage to get every item I was looking for. And like the end of the season is pretty much today, right? Like the ladder reset's taking place tomorrow. So I wanted to kind of, as one last hurrah, show the final, the final form of this build, because I think all season the running gag I always used to say was this isn't even the build's final form yet. I said that, like, I don't know if you saw my build. I don't remember like if you were here when I was showing off my this druid. Let me take a look actually. Yeah, I think the last time you were here was last year. Oh, so you didn't actually see my druid. Oh, this was actually such a bizarre build, but you said, I remember Hero Editor, man, so many YouTube videos of that early YouTube people were just making anything. Yeah, that sounds about right. I kind of miss those days, to tell you the truth, where, you know, there was no gaming the algorithm. People just made videos. But, of course, that's just the inner boomer in me talking. Anyway, so just to kind of, I don't want to run you down through this build, Knives of Iraq, because this is the probably most unique build I've ever made, I think. I don't really know of any build that comes close to this level of bizarreness, I guess, because here for this particular character, right? Like, you know, in PD2 they had to make it so uniques were like they actually made a lot of the uniques better and whatever, right? I'm playing within the realm of like in the bounds of the original game, where the only way to generate fissure on attack was through this Earth Shifter, right? And the way I was trying to make it work, I maxed out the synergies for fissure, so Firestorm and Volcano, and then I went around and I started hitting stuff with my Earth Shifter, and you can see that I would be spawning these fissures. Yeah, I would be spawning these fissures, and I would be waiting for the monsters to run over them, and then they would die to the fissures, right? But that only required 40 points for the synergies, so that actually left me with like 60 points to do whatever I wanted. And so what I was trying to do is I was trying to, like, at least this was what I was doing on Slash servers. I was actually maxing out Summon Dire Wolf and Summon Grizzly Bear. So I was trying to make a hybrid elemental werewolf summoner. So I called it the Hunger Fury High. Oh, and I was also doing like swap casting in there too. So it was the Hunger Fury hybrid. Sorry, wait. It was the earth-shifting, fissure-producing, werewolf thing. Did I say summoning already? I don't even know. Hunger Fury Hybrid Druid, or for short, the All Druid. I tried to do where Druid attacks enemies directly alongside whatever I summon. Yeah, exactly. So I had... You never did elemental skills. No, okay, well, that's cool. Yeah, because most people just do elemental Druid. Or when they say... And even elemental, you can do either fissure or you can do hurricane. Is usually how it works. And most people lean towards hurricane. But what if there was a way that you could get the best of both worlds? What if there was a way to get the best of all worlds? And that was exactly what this Druid was meant to explore. So I had 40 points into the synergies for fissure, which was already being created from Earthshifter. And then I had, of course, the ability to turn myself into a werewolf, and I don't really need that many points in any of the skills. I just need 1 point into everything, and, it's not like my damage would scale that high. Yeah, I don't need like tons of points into shapeshifting tree, so this is mostly negligible. And then I could choose to like max out my summoning or my summons, right? So then I would have the best of all worlds. I would have a werewolf that could apply fissure while in werewolf form, and that could also summon, because you can, for whatever reason, summon stuff while you're transformed. And then the best part is, right, if I really wanted to, I could even have taken it one step further, and I could, like, put out a grizzly bear as my main summon, and then I could have actually tried to go, like, hurricane with like, either, well, I could have maxed out hurricane and its synergies, 2 of the 3 synergies. So I could have had like a hybrid fissure cane, like fissure and hurricane, so fissure cane, or where I run it into a pack of monsters, and then I use hurricane on the fire immunes, and then fissure on the cold immunes, with like a 50-second duration. Or if I wanted like raw damage, I could max out the synergies, get the most amount of damage possible, and only activate hurricane when I come across a pack that that I need to like kill pretty quickly. Anyway, yeah. So you get the idea. You never thought about this grizzly bear versus dire wolf. I didn't want to waste points to find out. Well, I can break it down for you. I mean, I don't know if it might be different in PD2 or something. But yeah, like I know that like if you put points into grizzly. Oh, that was another thing too, by the way, just real quick. I was running all summoning skillers on this build because the fissure proc from my Earthshifter is always level 14. It's unaffected by what my gear, right? Like in terms of like plus all skills and plus summoning skills, or plus elemental skills. So I can actually max out or pump up my summons with my inventory. Yeah, I could actually just pump up my summons, and I could actually get the bonuses like that. So there was a lot of really bizarre interactions that went hand in hand with each other. And not even talking about swap casting. Yeah, I don't even know if I want to get into that one. That was a weird one. Have you ever heard of swap casting knives? Just out of curiosity. But yeah, never thought about this grizzly bear versus direwolf. So, I mean, I can break it down for you pretty easily. Grizzly is always going to be tankier than all of your other summons. Just first and foremost, like, even though, well, yeah, even though you can have like 3 dire wolves, they only have like 1100 life each, and then summon grizzly has like 6k life. In terms of damage, though, it's kind of like you take the damage of the grizzly and divide it into 3 when it comes to dire wolves. But in terms of the bonuses they give, summon direwolves gives plus life, I believe, for whatever skill level they have. So whatever skill level direwolves have, they actually provide a bonus to all other summons, like wolves and grizzly. And then grizzly provides like damage to all other summons, right? So that's why Grizzly, like maxing out Grizzly would be the way to go normally, because not only is your Grizzly your strongest available summon, but it also would get a lot more damage if you max out Grizzly and none of the other ones. And then of course Grizzly itself is inherently tanky, so yeah, if you're asking Grizzly Bear versus Dire Wolf, that's kind of the general breakdown of how that works. So there you go. Okay, I'm done kind of talking or discussing all that. So there's one last thing I need to do, and that's do one bale run. I'm gonna do one bale run just to show how well the build could do there, because part of what I was trying to put together on this druid was a character that could comfortably clear bale. So let's actually see how well it works. I don't remember. I think it might have been the case that the build was not very good for bale, but I don't know. I guess I'll find out in a second. All right. Oh, okay. So now I would switch over into this form. Oh shoot. Okay, this is kind of an unlucky throne room. Already I'm struggling a lot with all this. Well. Yeah, this is kind of a rough one because it's got undead soul killers and death lords. It's kind of Oh. They keep mana burning me too. Pretty annoying, but yeah, I mean, I'm getting them. This is exactly what the build was for. And look at that, lightning cold enchanted, perfectly tailored to deal with all of the elements in the game, which is why it's too late. I was gonna start whacking them with my earth shifter, but yeah. It was really was supposed to be a little bit of everything on this, and yeah, well, that's how it went. Okay, now what? Oh yeah, let me get the solar creeper. There it is. Oh, right. These guys are going to be able to tank the fissure, so I should be hitting them with the war scepter. And there is like other ways I could go about this too. Oh, yeah, this is where I should be using Earth Shifter to fissure them. So in this case, if I really wanted to, I could have had on my Switch, I have like Rift right now, but I could have done Stormlash instead, and then I could have gotten my cold damage from Hurricane. So yeah, a lot of ways I could have built this character. Yeah. I'm kind of happy. I get to show this off one last time. I got to make an Enigma, I got to show this off, I got to spread the word that there is a ladder reset taking place tomorrow for Slashdiablo private server. I think, yeah, all in a day's work, I would say. Not bad. Look at that. Look at that damage. Nice. Okay, hold on. That's for Rift. But if I use my Earth Shifter, these guys are not immune to fire, so I should be able to... I should actually be using Fury here. I don't know why I keep pressing A, but anyway. Alright, now here's the hardest wave to deal with. It's Lister's pack. So, I'm gonna try to gatekeep them here. Oh, and they amped me too. Yeah, but I still do plenty of damage against them. Despite that, and I'm decrepified, but lucky for me, werewolf form doesn't really care as much as other builds normally might. Oh, yeah, so this definitely would not have been a build that was meant for running, bales, but I mean, it still can hold its own decently well. It can at least clear the run. It's just kind of rough to run these like as a melee because yeah, there's like so many things that can kind of screw you over. Things like yeah, there's like so many things that can screw you over in like Bale Run, like even just Bale casting Decrep on you. Like here it doesn't matter as much for me in terms of attack speed, but yeah, in a lot of ways it can be a problem. So here we go. Actually, before I try to take him down, I actually want to try something real quick. So what if instead of Rift, I use Stormlash? Okay, let's see how quickly we can bring him down now. So now I'm just waiting for Static Field to proc. There you go. That's Static Field in action. And I also have Crushing Blow on this too, I think. Kind of makes me wonder what would have happened if I threw on like a Burr Rune. And I would have had... well, yeah. There we go. Now he's low health, so I can actually hit him with just Earth Shifter, raw damage. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it was like, let's call it like a 5.5 minute run. I think that's a good metric. Like, I was kind of like chilling for the first half a minute or so. So 5.5 minute run. It's not great, of course, but I mean, yeah, considering it's like for fun build and it's super cool and super unusual and super enjoyable to play, I think that it does its job pretty well. But I think that is pretty much the end of it. I don't really think I have anything else that I wanted to really demo here. I already showed my... I'm going to switch back over to the Slash server in a second. I just need a moment. I know it's a black screen right now. I just need a sec. Let me just sort all this out. Yeah, maybe one day I'll revisit this character, or I'll try to like make another one of these because this was actually so much fun. It's actually a genuinely unique build. Anyway, what time is it now? Okay, well, yeah, I mean, I started my stream like an hour ago. I was probably just going to do a short 1 hour stream. Again, just trying to get the word out there. I don't expect more people will be dropping on in. Maybe in a future season I'll be able to actually start my stream, or I'll be able to do a much longer stream before the actual reset takes place. But anyway, until that day comes, yeah, I'll probably just take one last look at this character, say my farewells, and then I think that'll be that. So, yeah. So in comparison to my single player druid, I still have the Earth Shifter. Yeah, that's fine. Although I think the one that I had, like the Earth Shifter I had on single player was Ev, but No, wait, no, I don't think it was actually. That wouldn't make much sense. Otherwise, how would I... Like, I would need to stick a Zod into it, and I actually value putting a Shale into this more. That'd be kind of crazy, though. If it was Earth Shifter, I would use it just for style points, and I'd throw a Zod into it, of course. Even if it is a little slower. Anyway, but yeah, so in comparison to its single player form, I didn't actually. I was running Ravenfrost on my single player form. I was actually running double angelic rings, but here I'm just using Ravenfrost. If I could have switched this out for Trang Belt or something, but I just didn't feel confident because I didn't have very good resistances. So this is still fine. I mean, I'm still sitting on like how much sitting on, well, I guess this isn't really that much attack rating. But I have conviction too anyway from my Mercs Infinity, so my attack rating is still probably very high relative to most monsters. But besides the point here, so Angelic Amulet, Angelic Ring, Raven Frost, Earth Shifter. Oh yeah, and I actually ran War Travs. I ran War Travs, I think, mainly for the MF, but on my single-player version, I was using Gores. And then the other key difference was that I had Ravenlore or Delirium on this guy, and then eventually, again, I wanted to switch out for Dream. That was the goal. And then finally, I was missing a Rift and the Dream Shield too. So yeah, I would have needed 2 Jaws for that, like 2 Jaw runes. I was like pretty close. If I had, a bit more time this season, then a little bit more motivation. Like once I made it to Enigma, I felt like that was a good stopping point. This is like one of those seasons where I actually did decide that it would be a good place to stop, where I actually built, or pretty much got right up to my Enigma. But I could have actually taken it one step further, try to go for like Double Dreams, but maybe next time I'll switch on over for that. Hey, TW Fed, what's up, man? It's good to see you. Love your attitude, bro. Catch the stream finishing. Yeah, this is actually close to the finish. You should try PD2. Also, man, with your passion for D2. Hey, man, I appreciate that. But what makes you think I haven't tried PD2? I actually have played PD2 before. I think I mentioned that a few times. I played PD2, but it really wasn't my cup of tea. For all the same reasons that you probably would enjoy PD2. So I think a lot of people love PD2 because it's D2, but then they actually take a lot of steps to modernize, which I can understand, but also rebalance things. Yeah, they try to like modernize, or they try to like rebalance stuff, right? So, like in my case with the Fissure Druid, I have to like work within the bounds of the original game to try to make this work, and I actually really enjoy that. But then in PD2, they shuffle a lot of stuff around, and they buff stuff, they nerfed stuff, they added new uniques, and I don't really want to play Diablo 2.5, right? I mean, we played for 20 years the same, a bit of new spice on this. For you, yeah, no, I completely get that. For 99.99% of people, right? And I'm not trying to say this just to be the pick me that's like, oh yeah, I'm the outlier, I'm so special. But no, just me personally, I have no interest in playing. I don't have any personal interest in playing Diablo 2.5. As much as I hate to say that, like. I know that some people would have asked me before, oh yeah, you're definitely not the first person who's brought up PD2. I think just today alone there were 3 people who brought up PD2, well, including you, I guess. So yeah, plenty of people who mention PD2 all the time, but true, I remember this conversation. I remember, but also forgot you really didn't want to. I did though. I like when PD2 first got announced. I was actually kind of excited. I was like, okay, well, it looks kind of interesting. And then I hopped on. Like they had like a combustion sork, and I was like, okay, combustion looks hella cool. So I hopped on in. I played combustion sork, and then like I realized that like the game just felt kind of like off, like a little like very different. Different in the sense of. Well, how do I explain this? It felt like I was playing a reskinned D2. Well, okay, actually, I mean, that's exactly what it is. In the sense that, like, I'm already like my brain is already hardwired to see Diablo 2 a certain way over 20 years, right? 25 years, I think, at this point. The game's been out for 25 years. I've been playing it for maybe like what 20 of those years, and so over these years, I kind of have like certain expectations for the game. So then when I play BD2, it feels very jarring knowing that like, oh well, like there's some things that just don't feel right. Like Spirit, for example, they rebalance Spirit, which makes sense, but I'm not used to that. Also, like bosses, I tried to fight the summoner, and then when I tried to fight the summoner, for some reason he was ridiculously tanky in comparison to what I was used to. So, you know, for me personally, I enjoy exploring D2 LOD the way it was 20 years ago, where they left it off at in version 1.13. Not even D2R, really, to be honest. And just kind of like trying to mess around with the stuff in that range, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense at all. Yeah, exactly, right? So you know exactly what I'm talking about. The Countess will wipe you if you do it. Lovely. You haven't seen Blood Raven on PD2? Yeah, see, exactly. You guys know, or oh, hold on a second. My playlist kind of stopped here. Thought I had it on loop. One second. Sorry. We're still in the middle of this conversation. I'm not quite done yet, so we can talk more in a moment. Okay, sorry about that. So, uh, hold on. One second. Sorry, guys. I gotta do something real quick. And I also have to reply to, well, I guess I'll do that off stream, but I have like a post on the Slashdiablo subreddit that I need to tend to. Okay. Those res don't look too shabby. You know, I'm gonna be completely honest. These actually look like a lot better res than I had originally expected. Yeah. I mean, I'm just looking too. How else? Oh yeah, my Annihilus could have been better, and then oh, it's probably because I actually had resistance small charms. Yeah. Oh, and because I had Raven lore. That's why. It's because of Raven lore, I think. 24 all res. Yeah. I guess I could have swapped this out for like an Umrune and then gotten some resistances. Anyway, sorry. I'm going to try to read the rest of what you folks were talking about. By the way, TW Fed, you said you love my attitude. So you said you caught the stream finishing. Did you catch any of what I said about how this druid operates? The mighty all druid? Because yeah, like I'm telling you, man, this was a season of all time, man. This was a season for the ages, or at least this particular build. Like you will never see anything like this again, I don't think. At least not in this game. Not on Vanilla D2. Hold on a second. You remember this conversation? I remember, but okay, hold on a second. Let me. Okay, so Knives also said reminds you of POD. Ah, yes, I played POD recently. I remember. So I remember when POD. Hold on. Sorry, I'm in the middle of trying to sort something out right now while I'm trying to wrap this up too. Hope I haven't caused. Hope I'm not keeping you guys waiting too long. All right, so POD. Yeah, I actually tried playing POD. I remember I was memeing about POD for like the longest time though, because I think for the entire duration of the pandemic, if you guys remember, well, I'm sure that you guys would remember that. You guys remember the entire duration of the pandemic, POD did not receive any updates. Like straight up, like people were asking a green dude, the owner of POD, to like to actually do like a reset, like because he was like, oh yeah, this next update is going to be so like groundbreaking and like game changing and shit. And then like he like put off the next season for like 5 years. Like I don't, okay, maybe not 5 years, but quite a number of years. And yeah, some people got pretty pissed off. I honestly, I mean, it's if yeah, I can understand both sides of the coin, so I'm not gonna comment on that. But the thing is, like, um, when they finally rolled out the season, I was like, you know what? I actually kind of want to try it because I was like, yeah, you know, I actually kind of want to see what Green Dude had cooked up for POD over these 5 years. And because, you know, people were waiting for 5 years, I was thinking that, hey, maybe it's going to be like one of those like chill, like not many people playing sort of seasons. So I'm going to get in on it while I still can and try it out. So I did that, and then I tried it and I actually got bored pretty quickly of it for all the same reasons why I got bored of PD2 in the first place. As much as I hate to say it, I wish I could kind of be like, "Hey guys, yo, I'm like a big fanatic of these like modded versions of the game." But I mean, the whole reason why I'm like on Slash is because it's as close to vanilla as I can get while still playing with other people. Keywords as close to. It's not like 100% vanilla, right? Like it's kind of hard to say it's 100% vanilla with like map pack and multi-boxing. Although, you know, you could argue that you could get the same outcome with multiple computers or in single player or whatnot. But, yeah, yeah, me personally, I love it on Slash. I've played the last 23 seasons on Slash. That's like, what, nearly 8 years now? And I don't have any intention of stopping anytime soon. I love this game, and I love this server, and, well, that's how it goes. I can get it. It is different. Yeah, yeah. So you understand, which I appreciate, of course. Yeah, you played that a bit. Only played for 15. Knives said only played for 15. Oh, 15 years. More of a newbie myself. That's so funny. That like to hear 15 years is newbie numbers. Well, I mean, there's still people who hop on D2R for the first time, like every season, right? Like I'm on like the Diablo 2 subreddit every now and then, just browsing, lurking, and I see people like, "Wow, yeah, I just discovered this game and it's crazy. Can you guys give me any tips?" That kind of stuff. Yeah. And then Knives was also saying, I was used to LOD the way item attributes were. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, pretty much good enough for me. Yeah. And then Fed said, yeah, counters will wipe you if you do it while leveling. Yeah, you haven't seen Bloodraven on BD2. Yeah, exactly. Oh, you meant Bloodraven, not Countess. Oh, okay, Bloodraven. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen Bloodraven. Probably for the better, but you know something? I recall trying to take on Bloodraven in PD2, and that shit took like fucking forever. That's what I remember. I remember it took taking me like 10 years to kill that shit, like at like level 2, or like level 5 or whatever. It's besides the point though. Bloodraven, you know, this kind of goes hand in hand with what I'm saying. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of having to like relearn everything in the same game, you know, like Diablo 2 or PD2 is like has the same assets as, you know, the original D2, and then if I hop on, like I don't know what they changed behind the scenes. Bloodraven is now like 100 times tankier, and Summoner is does like 7 times more damage, you know, like I can't get used to that. TW Fed, I caught you starting the Bale itself kill. Oh, didn't catch the theory? Oh shit, okay, hold on. You missed out on everything. Hold on. Before I dip out, before you and I part ways, before I end my stream, I have to spread the word of the almighty All Druid. And because this build is something. This is the most unique build I've ever made. Okay, I'm not just saying that to toot my own horn, like I said, like this build actually was kind of insane this season, so I would take another 5 to 10 minutes to kind of go over it one more time. Played Shapeshifter a bit in D2 RPD2. Ah, I see. Fireclaw and Maul. Yeah, Fireclaw was pretty cool. Or is pretty cool. I mean, I have like a 6 Shale PB Fireclaw Druid. Now that's fun. But just you wait until next season. Oh man, next season is going to be something else for me. With the build that I plan to play. In a Slashdiablo, or, well, D2 LOD more specifically. Played Shapeshifter a bit, but okay, I can get it. It is different. So yeah, did you enjoy Shapeshifter though? You do early game, that's bad mistake. Oh, you mean like Bloodraven? I see. I did that with a Whirlwind Barb I had until Hell Mode it died. Oh, I guess you were playing hardcore, yeah. Fun fact: Bloodraven has Arachnid Sash in her loot pool. Seriously? We talking LOD or PD2? Because in vanilla, that would be kind of crazy. Maybe I got to do 1,000 Bloodraven runs one of these days. You know. It told Knives is like it told me 2 to 10k damage didn't work. That's a good one. Just trying to timeline. I haven't played that much though, on and off, of course. I see. Okay, hey TW, let me show you how the build works, okay? Because the theory is what kind of makes this whole character. So I have to hop back over to single player for this, because yeah, I mean I have my version of it on Slash, but on LOD. Oh wow. LOD, she can drop Arachnid Sash. I've been doing this all wrong then. I mean, I had somebody telling me, like, I think it was Baldiz. Baldiz swore by, I think it was, not Bloodraven. Who was it? Oh, no, was it Hephasto runs? I know Post 7 always used to troll about Bonash runs in Inner Cloister. But, like, I think it was Baldiz who was saying Hephasto runs are the way to go. So who knows? Maybe one of these days I go Bloodraven spam. Anyway, okay, so TW Fed, you're still here, right? I'm going to show you my build. So, you've heard of... Okay, let me go through this. So, you've heard of the Fire-based Druid. Like the... Okay, fine, more specifically. You've heard of Fissure Druid, okay? I'm sure. You've heard of Armageddon Druid. You've heard of Hurricane Druid, okay? You've heard of Elemental Druid as a whole. You've also heard of Shapeshifters, the ones that go into Werewolf or who go into Werebear. And you probably even heard of some janky, weird-ass summoning druid who might... Like, if they're playing LOD, they can, I guess, summon one bear or a couple wolves. And then in D2R or PD2 or whatever, they can have all their summons up at once, right? You've heard of all that shite. But have you ever heard of a druid who can do it all? I call this the the earth-shifting, fissure-producing, werewolf shape-shifting, wolf-summoning, hunger fury hybrid druid, or the all-druid for short. Yeah, so this was my build for the season, and it was something, okay? It was something. You gotta trust me on that. Take my word for it. So how exactly does this build work, and why do I call it the all-druid? Well, it's because it does it all. So I would shift over and too much. I know. That was part of the gimmick. So first things first, I gotta summon my dire wolves, right? I gotta summon Oak Sage, although if I want to like take it one step further, I could use Heart of Wolverine instead to pump up my damage even further. So I have the summons, right? I am in werewolf form. Now, here's where things get really dicey. This is where... let me see if I can get this to work. Okay, good enough. So now I can actually start producing fissures using my Earth Shifter. You see this? So now these okay, well I guess the fissure wore off here, but as I keep hitting more and more, it'll actually produce more and more fissures. And you can see that these fissures actually do quite a bit of damage. Well, okay, these guys are immune to fire, so unlucky me, but I'm just trying to produce one fissure out here. Anyway, you get the idea, though. It's kind of... That was just the starting point of the build, though. Right? You see the fissures are up. You see the, well, either the wolves or the fissure killed them. Okay, it's hard to kind of tell, but you get the idea. It's got everything, okay? That was the gist of it. And so part of the reasoning for why this build is, oh, right, and then I was also talking about Hunger Fury Hybrid. Why is it a Hunger Fury Hybrid? It's because I also abuse this beautiful thing called swap casting. So I could do this. Oh, no, that's not right. How do I do this? Okay, so... I can't really do it so easily here. So the way it would work is I would... Oh. If I do it... if I time it correctly, then I can actually attach the animation of... Hunger or Feral Rage to my Fury. So normally Fury, I have to sit there and I have to hit 5 times, and I can't like once I start Furying, I can't like get out of it, right? Like I'm like locked into the animation. Like look at that, now I can't click away. But if I actually set it up with swap casting, I can actually hit with Hunger, and it would have the effect of Fury, sort of like that, but not 100% like that. It's sort of like that. So it had like, okay, so that's just some of the interactions, right? Now keep in mind that because Fissure comes from my weapon, all right, and stop me if I'm starting to confuse the fuck out of you. Because Fissure comes from my weapon, I just need to max out the synergies on Fissure. So Firestorm and Volcano. I don't even need to max out Fissure itself, which frees up like 60 points to toss into everywhere else, and which also means I don't actually need to bother going Elemental Skill or GCs in my inventory. So I can actually pump up my summoning skills instead. Or go MF if I really wanted to. So there were some options there. All right. So there's another weird ass like yes part of it. But here's one like the last part of the build that I didn't get to really explore on the actual server this season, and this is why I'm on single player. So on my main hand, I'm using Earthshifter. That's kind of a given. I'm also running Enigma, so I don't need like Nagistaff on Switch. So what do I run instead? What I run is Rift. Yeah, I run Rift to cast Frozen Orb, so I do cold damage, and then I also have Double Dream. So the way this build works is that let's see. So I'm going to start hitting these guys, right? The fissures are going to kill them if the physical damage does not. And then if I see any monsters that are immune to fire, I can actually switch over to my offhand, and then I'll kill them with either the casts from Rift, like the Frozen Orbs, or I will kill them just by hitting them with Holy Shock. And the other really cool thing, if I'm not mistaken, is I don't know if... I'm actually not sure if Holy Shock damage is reduced by Hunger. But anyway, yeah, so you got the idea. It's... That's the gist of the build, if any of that made sense. I hope you enjoyed it. I should have asked if at all you... Well, I mean, yeah, how was it? I mean, what do you think? Honest thoughts. Maybe a little too complicated, but yeah, it was the most... Yeah, I mean, like, it was the most unique build that I've been able to come up with, because, yeah, I don't think I've actually played any other character that remotely comes close to this many interactions with one another. That's the other thing, too. Earlier when I said this is the all-druid, that was just all trees, right? That was elemental, shapeshifting, and summoning, but with the rift and double dream, I also get all elements too, because I would get cold damage from rift and magic damage. I would get lightning damage from double dream. I have fire from fissure on Earthshifter. I have physical damage too from Earthshifter, and then in my inventory I'm also running PDSCs. It would logically make more sense to do all res, but now with these small charms, I can now transition this character from being called the All Druid into the Rainbow Druid. Okay, so that is the final form of this build. Finally, I can say that. The entire season, I was saying. It's not even the build's final form yet, because every piece of equipment I was getting was not yet at the Rainbow Druid. Okay, so now you've asked some really, really good questions. So the first question is, what do you mean reduced by hunger? So here's the thing about hunger, right? You see, hunger has this component here. It says damage minus 75%. That's a static value, and I think it's that's like after all your damage is done, or is calculated. So let's say you do a hit, like let's say you hit something with a grief, and you're supposed to do like a normal hit, with like, and it does like 1,000 damage, okay, and this is like factoring in all your enhanced damage, all of your deadly strike, whatever, right? So you do 1,000 damage. Now if you have hunger, it would take that, or if you're actually hitting with hunger and doing that amount of damage, it would actually only be doing a quarter of that damage, and the reason for that, like that was kind of the way they decided to balance it. A pretty ludicrous way of balancing it, but because hunger was supposed to be this crazy skill that gives you like a ridiculous amount of life and mana steal, but because of how much like life steal, mana steal, and even some attack rating that you get from hunger, they made it so that you actually reduce the amount of damage that you're outputting by 75%. Now, the reason why I said I'm not so sure that my damage is reduced by hunger in this case is because that typically, like what I just said about the minus 75%, typically only applies to physical damage. I'm not so sure that that applies to damage that I get from Holy Shock, right? So... Oh, well, would you look at that? I'm looking at Amazon Basin right now. Hold on, let me actually show this. Where is it? Okay, sorry, I'm gonna flashbang you guys for a second. You see here where it says physical damage minus 75%. So all physical damage you deal is reduced by 75%, but because I'm using Dream, right? Like most of my damage here is actually coming from me running 2 Dreams. Like all this damage that you see on Hunger. What the hell? Huh, weird. It's not displaying properly. Oh, maybe it's bugged. I think it's actually bugged. It's gotta be. Wait for it. Huh. Huh, weird. I don't know why it's not being displayed on well, I mean, it's the lying character screen for a reason. Anyway, so Holy Shock, right? Holy Shock aura contributes like lightning damage to like every hit that you do. I'm just trying to take a look specifically at how much lightning damage you get. So level 30 Holy Shock aura gives a 1 to 1,668. Earlier when I said I don't know if that gets reduced by like I don't know if I do reduce damage off of hunger, I was referring to that amount. I don't know if that's affected by the 75% damage penalty, but it looks like it isn't. So there you go. Since you were asking about what do you mean reduced by hunger, hopefully that gives you a better understanding of what I mean. You're right, I don't know that particularity. Yes, and yeah, neither did I. I was pretty sure that it's only the physical damage, but, you know, it never hurts to check. I always like to, you know, it's nice to check Amazon Basin and just roll with that. Anyway, so then the second half, you said, I love this build, why the wolves? Again, very good question. It's mostly just to have an extra source of damage, right? Like, might as well. If I'm already pumping out, like, here, hold on a second. So if I'm already throwing out a whole bunch of fissures, right, there's going to be all these, like, straggler devilkins. And that's where my wolves come in. Now I don't have to, like, go and hunt down every individual fallen. My wolves can deal with them. So there's fewer, like, stragglers that I have to chase after. At least that's supposed to be the idea on paper. In practice, it doesn't entirely work like that. The wolf AI is a little stupid. But yeah, you can see that these guys are no slouch. That was all that damage just now are from wolves. I'm not even hitting them. Look at this, right? They're pumped up by might, their ability to eat corpses, and my like Heart of Wolverine though, and also like a bunch of summoning skills and all that. So you get the idea that this is like a best case scenario on wolves, but it helps. So alternatively, if I wanted to take a more I guess, vanilla approach to the whole thing, I could actually just skip out on all of these wolves, and I could have actually taken the 60 points that I would have thrown into summons, and then I could have actually tossed it into Hurricane and its synergies. So you see here, right, Hurricane gets more damage from Twister, Tornado, and then also some extra timer on Cyclone Armor. So what I could have done instead of running wolves is I could have actually just tossed all those points directly into yeah, I could have tossed them all directly into Hurricane and pumped up my Hurricane damage so that I could do something like this, right? So I'm in wolf form right now. So let's say instead of wolves, I only just have a bear now. I think it's safe to assume that I would still get a bear. Then I would activate Hurricane because Earthshifter still... It's not like normally people would run like, I don't know, Hodo or Hodo plus Spirit, right? But funny enough, Earthshifter gives +7 elemental skills, so it's still pretty good for that. And if I were to replace all of these with elemental skillers, then this damage will go up. But anyway, so now I have Hurricane up, and then eventually I can switch out to this form, and then I could actually start hitting stuff. You see, these guys are immune to cold, right? But they are not immune to my fissure. So, yep. You get it. And then here's some packs. Okay, these guys are immune to fire. That's okay. I'll kill them using my Hurricane instead. Of course, the the drawback is that I need to keep switching out of this form just to reactivate my Hurricane every like minute or so. But you get, yeah, I mean, you get the gist of it. Like, this is how the build can sort of function. Like, there's like different ways with Earthshifter that I could have like developed or pieced my build together, and none of them are wrong. They all have very different like strengths and weaknesses, right? So you get the idea. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And in fact, what I could have even done is I could have actually, instead of running Rift, I could have run Doom. Yeah, Doom actually would have been even better, because then if I switch over to like if I cast Earthshifter on my main hand, then my Hurricane is really high damage, and then on my offhand I would have Doom that would reduce enemy cold resistance. So yeah, that would amp the amount of damage they take by like a lot. And then of course, well, yeah, I'd still be running Double Dream. I mean, there's other options too. I could like plenty of other helms and shields. Like I was using Delirium, whatever. But anyway, you get the idea. So there you go. That's why the wolves. There's some alternatives. But you said you love these type of builds. I'm really glad to hear that. Of course, this is such like a ridiculous build. Like I could never actually pitch this to anyone outside of like people on the stream and like Slashdiablo. Like, can you imagine? I actually posted this on the Diablo 2 subreddit. I think that I would get downvoted into oblivion. Like, it would be insane how badly I get downvoted on such a ridiculous build, because there's like all these like weird interactions that work hand in hand, which is really cool, and the build itself can function. But at the end of the day, people are gonna say, well, okay, this looks like just playing a lightning Sork or like a Hurricane Druid with extra steps, right? So or like a Windy, I guess, because yeah, if people are playing Druid, if they're talking Druid, they're probably talking Windy. But anyway, and then TW Fed last thing says, another good point. You said, I just have one negative doubt. Okay, let's hear it. You said not skilling Fissure gives you 60, but it's only 20 because you get the synergies. You are using infinite skill points right now. No, maybe we need to recount. So, just for simplicity's sake on single player while doing my testing, I like to test best case scenario. So I just put 20 points into everything, right? But here's the thing. If you want to do the head count, keep this in mind, okay? Fissure itself requires one skill. Like, normally, if you're making a fire druid, you would go max out Firestorm, max out Fissure, max out Volcano, because Fissure has Firestorm and Volcano as synergies, and of course, Fissure itself, you would bump it up because that's your main skill. But because Fissure is coming from the Earthshifter, you don't actually need to put the 20 points into Fissure that you would normally put. You only need to put 1 point into it. So really, once you put in 20 points here, 1 point here, 1 point here, 20 points here, you've only used 42 points. Where do the other, like throw me a level here, right? Let's say level 92 or something, right? Then like, where do the other 92 plus, like, Sorry, that would be like 103 skill points. So yeah, you're still missing 61 skill points there. If you're like level 91 or whatever, right? So then that's where you can go like 1 point here, 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 and then like 1 point into werewolf and lycanthropy, and then maybe all the way up into like fury and like hunger, whatever. And then you would have, you would, I guess, not be able to, like, this is why I said you had to max out 2 of the 3 synergies. You would max out hurricane for sure, and then you'd maybe max out like tornado, I guess, let's just say. And then after that, you would have to choose between either maxing out the other damage synergy, so in this case Twister, or you would have to pump the rest of your points into Cyclone Armor. So practically speaking, you would want to do Cyclone Armor because it's basically unplayable that you would go into werewolf form without like a max duration Cyclone Armor, right? So you get the idea. You wouldn't be doing as much damage as Hurricane here, probably, if you were to build it that way, but the gist of how the build would function is still the same. The gist of how the points are allocated would still be the same. And perhaps more importantly, even if the synergies themselves, you wouldn't get as much damage from them, I'm running nothing but summoning skillers here, so if I replace these all with elemental skillers, then my Hurricane actually would be probably around this amount of damage. So does that answer your question? That is a very good observation, though, that I was using infinite skill points, but I did factor that into account if we're talking about just Hurricane specifically, and right, like yeah, I used a little bit of everything in this demo, but in an actual, like on the live server, I wouldn't actually use all of the, I wouldn't use Hurricane and summons and everything. Like I could, I guess, but it wouldn't be as strong as this. Where I have infinite skill points. You're right about that. But the point of it is, like, the point of me having these skill points is so that it's easier for me to kind of show how the build would operate with all these things put together. So, you get the idea. You get the idea. Anyway. I mean, I understand, but yeah, it's Hurricane, Fury, Hunger, Wolves, but it's 60 points. Maybe you can get 3 out of... Well, yeah, no, that's a given. That's, I don't... Maybe I either forgot to say it in my explanation, or maybe you misheard, but I did factor in that, yeah, you wouldn't be able to, you would not need to max out Fissure, but you'd still only be able to max out 2 or 3 of the synergies for Hurricane. You are correct about that. But yes, I think the first 2 times I had to explain it today, I did emphasize that. But still, right, like that. The fact that you have the option to throw points into Hurricane is great. That's, even if it's not going to be as strong as like a standard Windy Druid, right? Like standard Windy Druid would have a much stronger Hurricane for sure. So you're right about that. It's only going to be 2 out of 3 out of, sorry, it's going to be 2 out of 4, maybe 3 out of 4 synergies tops. Yes, you're right. Well, yeah, synergies. You said about Hurricane, maybe it's my bad and you got points for everything else. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, you get the gist of it, right? You see how the interaction works. So this is the build I came up with for this season. And I'm going to tell you something right now. This is again, this is the most unique build I've ever made for me personally. But tomorrow I'm going to be playing a Barb, and I think that the Barb build that I'm going to make is one that you will have never seen before. If you come back tomorrow, I'm going to be streaming 12 hours tomorrow. I'm going to be streaming 20 hours on Saturday. I'm going to be streaming 14 hours on Sunday, assuming that nothing, assuming that nothing goes wrong, that I don't, like, some terrible tragedy does not befall on me, right? I will be grinding over 40 hours this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all right? And I'm telling you, I'm going to be putting together the craziest, weirdest, I mean, I don't want to hype it up that much, but all I'm going to say is that the reason I'm even revealing my like what class I'm playing is because I think that the build that I'm going to play is so far out there that no one would get it right. Even if I gave everybody 3 guesses, no one could even take a shot in the dark as to what kind of abomination I've cooked up for next season, okay? Like, that build that I have in mind is going to make Butcher look like My Little Pony, alright? Like, it's going to be crazy. So, yeah. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, or maybe tomorrow you decide, I see D2D2 on, I'm sick of his shit, so I'm not gonna go check him out. But I'm telling you, when that build comes online, oh, yo, it's gonna blow some fucking minds, okay? I'm gonna show something new. Like, I was actually not that excited for Barb season because I was like, man, I don't know, like, I feel kind of limited on what I can do with Barb, and I started actually playing around with Barb, and I was like, wait, I actually came up with something. I cooked up something, like, I cooked up, like, grandma's stew, okay? I was sitting there in the kitchen, and I'm like, what the fuck, does this work? And lo and behold, it actually worked. But yeah, I want to see it online. I guess it will take a couple of days. No, well, yeah, of course, of course. Like, keep in mind that I'd already put this, variation of this druid together on, online, right? On Slash. But this is just the last day of the season. So I might as well show what the full capability of the build would have been, right? But rest assured that, yeah, like, of course, I'm not, like, tomorrow it's not going to be the case that I'm going to be like, hey, guys, this is going to be my Berserk Barbarian, and then I load up the single-player character. It's like, isn't it awesome? Like, I'm not going to do that. Come on now. Come on. You got to give me a bit more credit than that, bro. I guess it will take a couple of days, though. You are correct about that. So, yeah, maybe tomorrow might not be all that exciting. Although, I will say this, and this is something that I wanted to re-emphasize tomorrow. I don't know if I have a reset team. This is the first time where I've had, like, no takers on, like, normally I put out, like, here, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here, see, I put out the notice that I'm doing a Slashdiablo ladder reset team, but nobody has expressed interest in wanting to join. So it might very well be the case that I'll have to go at it solo. From the looks of things, which is completely ridiculous, but that's what it's sort of looking like right now if all else, if nothing changes. Hey, what's up, Zivko? Good timing. I was actually just about to hop off. Well, I guess I was about to also hop off like a half hour ago, but I got so into doing a demo for TW Fed regarding my crazy, bizarro-ass build that I kind of got carried away. But anyway. The last thing TW Fed said that I didn't get to address, TW Fed said that reminds me a bit of my platonic build. What the heck is a platonic build? Never... Huh? I don't get that. The Bear So-So. Beast plus 2 Dreams OG build. I see. Bear So-So. Yeah, I mean, Bear So-So is pretty classic, yeah. No, Beast, Double Dream. Can't go wrong with that. There's like so many variations of like Enchanter Sork. Like Sork is one of my favorite build or characters to play in terms of like theory crafting because there's like so much cool shit you can do. Like I don't know if you were here this last season I played Sork TW Fed, but if I recall correctly, the last Sork I made was the Summoning Sorceress, and I ran, I think it was Harmony Bow. And then I basically went around and collected dead bodies, revived them, and then I enchanted them. So, you know how some people talk about, like, Skellymancer with Enchant Sork hybrid? Well, yeah, my Summoning Sorceress was basically like, look at me. You know that meme? Like Captain Phillips or whatever, where it's like, look at me, I am the captain now. Yeah, it was like, look at me, I am the summoner now. It was so ridiculous. Anyway, how have you been, Zifo? It's good to see you. I think you've seen my all druid, right? You might not have seen the full incarnation, though. This is me kind of going over the final form of this build. Feels bad, I got my hands full, sadly. That's okay. It's all good. You can play vicariously through me, but hopefully when I get the things, all the equipment that I need. TW Fed said, sorry, I use the mix of like platonic love and build. Oh, yeah, well, I don't know. When I hear platonic, I usually see it used in a completely different context. I didn't know it could be used in any way other than that. Love these builds. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm telling you, man. I cook up like bizarre ass shit every season. I try to keep it interesting, okay? Like, and I'm pretty adamant about like, yeah, you're probably not gonna find gameplay like this on most other channels. This sounds like very arrogant, but I'm just being upfront about it, right? Oh, you've been watching. Okay, cool. I don't have to go through the whole ass demo again. So you actually saw me like switch back and forth between Dream, Hurricane, Summons, and all that shit. Okay, cool. I've had to do this like 4 times a day, which don't get me wrong, I don't get sick of it. I love showcasing this build because of how absurdly cool it is. But still, you know, it's nice to kind of take a step back and all. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, I like to try to keep it interesting, though, like I said before. I don't want to just, be like, hey guys, here's another Sork, or here's another, like, corpse explosion, skelly, like, fishy mancer, or I'm trying to think of another good example. What else did I? Like, Blizzork, yeah, I think that's a prime example. I'm always like, some people just play Blizzork season after season. That's totally fine, nothing wrong with that. But I've already done that before. That's not interesting. I gotta switch things up and do something cool and bizarre and whatnot, just to spice things up. Can't wait to see which area will farm as Barbarian for Enigma. Oh, you will. Oh, dude. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Just you wait. Just you wait. It's gonna blow your mind. Although I will tell you, I don't know if I will be going for Enigma. That much I will say. But the area that I have in mind to farm is like you're gonna see it and you're just gonna go 3 question marks. I fucking guarantee it. I fucking guarantee you will look at this shit and be like, you'll be scratching your head like, what the fuck? Like, why are you farming here? All right, it's like it just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense for a barbarian to be farming here. But hey, I'm cooking. I got something. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. Give us the teaser trailer for the mysterious bar build you're cooking for tonight. Ooh, I don't know. I feel like I've already revealed quite a bit. Just normally I don't even tell you guys what class I'm gonna be playing. But yeah, here I am, just openly telling you guys that it's a barb. Can hear the excitement. Oh, dude, no, you have no idea, man. And the funniest part about this build too is I didn't actually cook this up this week. I actually cooked this up before the season began. This season I came up with the All Druid, and I'm like, okay, cool, I can play the All Druid, and then I was like, well, what's the next class I'm going to be playing, like, the following season? And I took a look at my roster, and I was like, oh, shit, I'm going to be playing a Barb. So then I'm like, well, what kind of Barb can I make? Barb doesn't seem like a very interesting class or build or whatever. Not very much I could do with a Barb. And then, well, I actually did some digging, and I realized that there was actually something crazy I don't think you guys will ever have seen before. So, that I had never seen before either. So, I'm telling you guys, this is going to be kind of whack, okay? But I'm going to wait until tomorrow to tell you folks what it is that I'm looking for, alright? I got to make it to Hell Bale or whatever, and then I'll tell you guys what I need. Fatty says, can you kill monsters in that area with day 1 bar build at okay speed? Abso-fucking-lutely not. No sirree, it cannot. No. This isn't going to be one of those like, oh, I innovated something with Barb that allows it to compete with every other class for clear speed, but with like shit gear, okay, if that's what you're asking. It sounds like that's what you're asking. No, I'm not going to be playing a Barb and competing with Blizzork, okay? Like that's a bit much, if that's what you're asking. No, that's not it. No. Let me put it like this. I need to make it... I need items to make this build work. But in order to get those items, I will need to farm something that will allow me to get, like, to trade out for those items. Although, to be honest, the items I'm looking for are probably going to be thrown out for free anyway, so it's going to be good. So there you guys go. I've already thrown a couple hints, okay? Some far out there build that you guys have never seen before. It's a barbarian, and it ain't going to be able to kill shit on day 1. Oh, and also it'll need it's actually very item dependent. That's the thing. I don't actually like these item dependent builds. You guys know, like with fucking Earthshifter, like this season, it took me 3 weeks to get Earthshifter after the start of the season. Okay, it took me 3 weeks to get Earth, or was it 2 weeks? Either way, it took me like 2 to 3 weeks after the season began to get an Earthshatter. I didn't know that it was going to take that long. And honestly, I don't want this season to be a repeat of that. But I did some digging, and I don't think that the items I'm looking for are going to be nearly as difficult to get. So this should be great. It's going to be solid. Oh yeah. Oh, it's going to be good. There is one other thing that's bothering me though. There is how should I explain this? So, my last minute heroes reset team that I usually start up, they're poggers, yeah. The last minute heroes reset team that I have, that I run with normally, right? I would be the bow barb for that, for other people of that team, and then, we'd run together, that kind of stuff, right? But unfortunately, it doesn't look like I have anyone to run with aside from Max, which kind of means that I don't know how I'm gonna, if I'm gonna make it to Hell Bale on the first day. You know what I'm saying? Because, how on earth, as a barb, right? Normally, I run with other people. I'm the bow bitch. I go around, go and toss my battle orders on other people. That old nonsense. And then after they get the BO, then they just go clear out the rest of the game for me. That's usually how Barb goes from 1 to 60. And then, I make it to Hell Bale, and then we just clear Hell Bale, and boom, I'm done. And then I actually start farming wherever the hell I want to, right? But this season, if I'm actually not running with other people, which I really do hope I get to run with other people, but if I'm not running with other people, then that means I have to run solo or with one other person, which means that I might actually have to try to get my barbarian to do damage. Ugh, that's going to be a struggle. I realized that I've never actually done a season since the Nova Baller where I only ran by myself and no other, no one else, right? Entirely solo. I don't think I've done that. But if it comes down to it and I'm running solo, I don't know if I want to go and try to play through the game on Barbarian. I may have to shuffle things around and play one of the other builds I have in mind for upcoming seasons instead. I'm going to have to reorder things. I don't want to have to do that, but if it happens, it happens. So, anyway. Okay, anyway, so I think I'm at the end though. Is there anything else? Ziv, so I answered Fed, yeah. I'm glad that you're enjoying my builds. They are equal parts, fun and ridiculous. There is one other thing I do want to show though, since we're already here. TW, I don't think have I had a chance to show you my summoning sorceress? I don't think I did, right? Because that's a fun one. Here we go. D2D2-Zoo. Literally called the zoo for a reason. How much gold do I have? Oh, okay, I have 353k. Good. Okay, so this is Harmony. Let me just remember the hotkeys here. For some reason, I didn't. Huh? What is going on here? What the fuck? Maybe. Okay, sure, whatever. Okay, so the way this build worked. I would start off here in Lower Kurast, because there's these guys. Wait, what? And then I would lure them to this moat, right? Hold on. There we go. And then I'd actually pick them off one by one. I also probably should enchant this guy too. Alright, there you go. That's one. Oh, shit. Maybe I need to get some points there. Yep, there you go. Oh, shit, I'm actually frozen. What the? Okay. Well... Are my resistances really that shit? I guess they are. Did the bodies disappear? I'd be sad if they all disappeared. Okay, there we go. Now I can actually begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the other ones? I guess that's good enough for now. Okay. So now that I have all these guys, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now I can actually just go around and whack stuff with, yeah, with my army of. Look at this. It's so stupid, but it works. And then I'd warp around here, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I have ranged troops too, right? Okay. I can now port around. Oh yeah, here we go. Ah. What, you think you could take on my army of skeletons? I mean revives? Look, fear me, for I am the enchanted summoncerist. I don't know. I'm having way too much fun with this, man. I haven't been back on D2 in so long. I've forgotten just how ridiculous everything... Oh, shit. I actually switched over to Leaf by accident. Right. I'm actually supposed to pre-buff myself on Leaf, I forgot. Because this is supposed to give me +6 enchant, so... I enchant here, I enchant here. Okay, now I hit for 15k. Okay, now it's coming back to me. So, I don't know, man. There's, like, way too much of, like, every, like, character I make, it feels like there's so much, you know, like, I have to really, like, recall how the build plays, because there's so much, like, complexity for each one. That's, like, probably the biggest issue with, like, making these characters season after season. It's just, yeah, it's not... I forget it. Like, I forget. Like, if I were to pull some random ass character, I'd be like, oh, where was I? Like, what the fuck is D2 dash bzz? Well, that one's Holy Shock. I know that. Oh, yeah, here's another weird one, okay? Alright, so let me show you this one. Zeus. So, you've heard of... This just gets more and more ridiculous. Okay, so you've heard of the Fist of Heaven's Paladins, right? But you probably have only ever heard of it in the context of PD2 or D2R. But what if, like, you've heard of the Fist of Heaven's Paladin, you've heard of the Holy Bolt Paladin, but have you ever heard... Okay, yeah, these guys, I'm not going to be able to kill those ones. I need to find, like, a good... Hold on a second, this is a terrible pack. BRB. Okay, yeah, here we go. Yeah, see, I can actually clear these guys. Okay, but have you ever heard of the... Oh, shit, I don't have it. Oh, shit, hold on. I'm actually, I'm trolling here. Where the fuck is it? Ah, I don't have it on this guy. I don't know which account I put it on. Anyway, this was supposed to be the Unholy Paladin. And you might be wondering, what the fuck's an Unholy Paladin? Well, I actually run in Corpse Explosion from Corpsemorn to deal with the monsters that are immune to my Holy Bolts. So, yeah, I basically find a pack of monsters that are undead. I kill that undead pack, and then, like, next to a bunch of non-undead monsters, and I start blowing them up with Corpsemorn. Anyway, yeah, that was a really fun one. But you get the idea. Just such ridiculous ideas. But anyway, hopefully that gets you guys hyped for tomorrow, because it gets even crazier. Well, not even crazier. Like, this season was pretty crazy. But tomorrow, like, this weekend, I'm going to reveal a brand new barb build that I don't think you guys will have ever seen. Will you guys ever use it in your own personal gameplay? Probably not. I'll be upfront about it. But it will be... It should be just fine, you know? Alright, anyway, I do have to get going now, in a moment. The last thing that I wanted to say, perhaps this is for, Fatty. Nice, man, thanks for everything, take care. No, thank you! Thank you. You kept me here for another hour, kind of fawning over all my... what is it, like Frankenstein's monsters, you know? Like these are like my my creations, my babies from like seasons past, and I'm like revisiting them and being like, hey guys, take a look. This is the abomination I created 2 seasons ago. Anyway, but yeah, I had a lot of fun kind of going over this season and doing a final recap of how the build turned out. So thank you very much, TW Fed, and everybody else who tuned in and participated and kind of, I guess, well, helped me revisit and kind of put to rest this season, this character. At long last. Just remember, in case anyone at all is interested in taking part, /Diablo ladder reset. If not, then I'll see you, anybody else who is here tomorrow or Saturday or whenever with my sick-ass barbarian build. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be insane, and I'm hoping to see you all there. Last comments here. Zivko said, hand pink waving. Yeah. Thanks, Zivko. I really appreciate you, dude. Hopefully I'll see you soon, like next stream, like tomorrow, in like 18 hours, not even. Yeah, hopefully that was enough of a teaser trailer. I don't want to like spoil too much because I'm the type of person to show not tell. I don't want to like spill too many deets, but I feel like that's enough to work with for now. TW Fed says, best of wishes, mate. Yeah, you too. You take care, TW Fed. And then the final comment is from Fatty. I don't think Fatty is here anymore, but he probably took off by now, I'm guessing. But in case Fatty is here, I just wanted to say real quick, aside from the, the typical, like, thank you very much for dropping by, I wanted to address this one more time. Can you kill a monster in that area with day 1 bar bull at okay-ish speed? That's going to be something else that's going to be interesting to figure out tomorrow as well, and on Saturday. Because before I can actually get the items necessary for my build, I need to find a way to keep myself busy until then. So, that's all going to be for this weekend. A lot of stuff to come. Is it going to be optimal? Probably not, but it will be something kind of insane and kind of ridiculous. Yo, Fatty says, yeah, I was actually just about to drop the stream here, so this better be good. I actually just hit the 2-hour mark. Isn't that something? And I'm just going to go over my equipment real quick while I wait for... Yeah, he said, yo, unless that's in response to what I was saying about, like, yeah, like, I'm not going to be able to farm on day 1, so I need to do other stuff to keep myself, like, preoccupied. Not to mention that I don't know how I'm going to get into hell mode without a team to carry me there as a barb. Like, yeah, I could do it solo, but it'll take, like, an exorbitantly long time. Anyway. Okay, last thing I want to do, perhaps for the final time of the season, this is where my character ends its journey. I don't know how many, like, I dumped enough points into Dex to wear, like, Stormlash. I dumped enough points into Strength to actually survive, and I tossed the rest of my points into Strength, or at least enough of it that I could actually wear this Earthshifter. You know what I just realized? It's because of this Enigma that my Strength is so high. Otherwise, I was supposed to have just enough points to wear Earthshifter and the rest of my points into Vitality, but because I just got Enigma, now suddenly my Strength just went sky high. So that's where my Strength is coming from. As for everything else, like skills-wise, again, maxed out Firestorm and Volcano as synergies for Fissure, and then, 1 point in each of the skills on the shapeshifting tree to kind of mess around with everything. Maxed out Grizzly, maxed out Direwolves, and I think that was really it. Of course, maxed out Direwolf for more life on my summons, and maxed out Grizzly for the damage. Here I could have pumped up Spirit Wolves too, but all I get is attack and defense, and, well, I already apply Conviction on everything, and I already have, well, yeah, I think I'm okay. GG's, can't wait to see your stream. Yeah, man, I'm excited for it too. I'm actually, like I said though, I think my biggest concern right now isn't the build, but how I'm going to even touch Hell mode with, well, with my Barb tomorrow. If it was like any other class, like, let's say like Assassin or something, then yeah, I'd be perfectly fine, right? But Barb is kind of a stretch. The one season where I'm playing Barb is the one season where no one is available. Well, okay, there's one person available, right? But normally I have like a full team, 6 people minimum, right? It would be kind of crazy if if I actually start the season and it's just me and my Barb, Like, so like I'm scared that the one season where I'm sure that the one season where people aren't actually available to carry me is the one season I'm playing Barb. That would be the like worst case scenario. That would be my luck, but anyway. All right, TW Fed, once again, best of wishes to you too. And then a last comment from Fatty. GG's can't wait to see your stream. Stream for tomorrow, mysterious. Yes. It's a mystery even to me because I have no idea how it's going to go. And I'm excited for it. And perhaps more than that, I'm excited to show how the build is going to go. Or how my Barb is going to turn out and what I have planned. Okay, final stuff is just my gear. My Merc is using Infinity, of course. That speaks for itself. Conviction Aura, Talmask, G-Bane to help keep him alive. He tanks he survives pretty much everything with this setup, really. Except I think here for my helm I should have V-Gaze, and then he's basically immortal to most monsters. Anyway, yeah, and then of course I put on Enigma in place of, or instead of Smoke, and then I replaced Nagystaff with Stormlash, and I'm kind of missing a shield, which should have been Dream and then Dream Helm, or like I could put like I don't know. There's like a lot of options, or I could even put Plague on this side. Yeah, I could add Plague on Switch. That would actually make sense. Hold on, let me do that real quick, and then I'm gonna end there. Laying of Hands for damaged demons, and IAS and Fire Res, all Res belt. Angelic Ring and Amulet for attack rating, Raven Frost for cannot be frozen, Raven Lore for minus enemy fire res, or I could have also thrown on Delirium for all skills, or Travs for damage and MF, and then my inventory is just a bunch of summoning skillers, res charms, Geeds. Oh wow, this was a nice charm. So Geeds, 36 MF, and then I had of course a Druid Torch, or sorry, 1419 D Torch and a 1910 7 Annihilus. And the very last thing... Oh, what's this? There's actually somebody else playing. Yeah, there's actually somebody else on. Oh, that's crazy. I'm guessing that that's... if I were to guess, I recognize that name. I think that's Fatty's character. No wonder you were here from start to finish. Okay. Let me grab my Plague real quick. There you go. Now I can at least say my character is done. There you go. Makes me feel a bit better. But I can say that I've finished up for the season. Nice and easy. Oh wow, that cleansing too. Anyway, alright, that's it for me folks. It has been fun, but it's time for me to go. So, as I would like to say, it's been fun, but it's time for me to go. I'll see you all tomorrow with the Slashdiablo ladder reset. So, until then, hope you all enjoyed the stream as always. Thanks everyone for watching. This is D2D2, signing out.